Okay, what's up everybody? I'm back with another video. Hold up, let me turn my TV down. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing another caught vaping story, but this is not caught vaping in school or anything like that. It's the first time I ever got caught by my parents with vaping. Okay, so there's a pond about half a mile down the house, and I go there to fish all the time, and sometimes go back there to smoke cigarettes and stuff. But this one time I had a vape on me, and I went in my brother's room, went and asked him for a cigarette because I still smoked and I vaped at the time, and asked him for a cigarette. And then I didn't know at the time, but my dad was listening into everything. I thought he was asleep on the couch, so I got the cigarette, put it in my pocket, and then I went back to go get a lighter. I had it in my hand. My dad just like walks down the hall, looks at me, and then just looks away. I go down the pond, I go smoke a cigarette, smoke my vape a little bit, and I come back up the house, and then my dad's standing right there, and he's like, empty out your pockets, and I'm like, why? And he's like, just empty out your pockets. So I started emptying out, okay? And I'm smart with my vapes. I had this little tiny starter kit. I'm not sure what it was called, but it's one of those tanks. It's like it's supposed to be a starter kit tank, and it has the cotton going down the side of the inside of the tank on each side. I had one of those with a piece of crap battery, I don't remember, and they're both very small. I stuck that somehow, I took it apart and I fit it in my wallet and just hid it in there. I started emptying out my pockets, okay, so I take out my wallet and I take out everything else, and then the lighter was in there too. So he's like, "What's in your wallet?" I said, "I have a whole bunch of money in here." So he's opens it up, looks in there, finds a lighter, and the vape's just hanging out in the open because it kind of like popped out of the pocket. And he's just looking through, and he's like, "Oh, we got us a lighter." And I'm like, "Yeah, I carry that around." And he's like, "What do you need a lighter for?" I said, "I don't know. Building fires crap." He's like, "I know what you and your brother were talking about." He said, "I know that he gave you a cigarette, blah blah blah." And he keeps looking inside of there, and he's like, "What's in this pocket?" And I said, "Nothing." He takes the vape out, and he's like, "Oh, we got an e-cig." And I'm like, "Yeah." Then he takes it and he puts it up on the counter. And I ended up later, I was trying to talk to my mom about trying to let me vape, so I quit smoking. And she's like, "You need to talk to your dad about it, because I mean, this isn't between me and you, it's between you and your dad." So ended up, I wasn't just gonna sit there and ask him, and he was asleep at the moment. So I wrote a page long, like a freaking college rule, the whole front side of the paper, asking if I can start vaping, so I quit smoking. I'll try and keep the nicotine low and stuff like that, and try to keep it at 0. Later, he reads the note, and then my brother kept going in the kitchen and hitting my vape real quick, which kind of made me mad. I only had a little bit of juice left, and he keeps hitting it, and then he puts it down, sets it back where it was at. My dad ended up, after he read the note, he came in my room and said, "You better keep the nicotine at 0." And then he kind of like throws the vape at me, like right beside me, and it hit me, and it bounced off and landed on my bed. And then he also said, "I don't want to see it, I don't want to hear about it, and I'm not buying anything for you." And I'm like, "Okay, thanks." He leaves. And I'm like, "Yeah, right. Of course I'm gonna keep the nicotine at 0. That's funny." The next day I ended up, I think I got a bottle of juice, and it was like 24 milligrams. I mean, I could do that in a starter kit with my mod, which is the same mod that I have the little troll, the Nemesis. It's kind of hard to keep it at low. I mean, it's kind of hard to put high nicotine in it because it burns and it makes you cough a lot. Oh yeah, by the way, the Addy that I had, I did sell it. I was at the vapor shop, and one of my buddies came in and told him I was selling it, and I was gonna sell it to him for 15. But he's like, "I got 10 on me right now, and I'll buy it." And I said, "Okay, whatever." So I sold it to him, and Yeah, but yeah, he started letting me vaping, and then ended up. I mean, it was like a year or two ago, and um, he's been vaping for a while. He had these two Kangertech Evod ones. It's a little starter kit pack, and he ended up quit vaping. So what he did was he offered my brother his vapes, and then my brother refused. So he gave them both to me with a bottle of juice, and it was honeydew, I think, and it was from the juice was from Heather's Heavenly Vapes. The vapes were from the vapor shop where I go to, and he gives them to me. I told my brother about it, so then he tells my dad he wants one of the vapes now, just because I have one. So my dad's like grabs one of the chargers and one of the vapes, gives it to my brother, and my dad asked me if I had any juice. I said, no, I'm completely out. So he lets me keep the juice and a charger and a vape and the box. Uh, Let me get the box real quick. I'll show you. Okay, I've had the box for a while, so it's like marked on and stuff. Cause I tried to see if I could cover the actual vape with it with a Sharpie, and it didn't work. But here's the box right here. These little starter kits. It's a Kanger Tech Evod. It says Evod on both sides, and it has Kanger Tech. And yeah, there's Kanger Tech again. Well, he lets me keep the vape, and then every now and then they'll come in my room, and I'll have my vape sitting right there on my mini fridge or something like that. I used to have a table right there to catch my vape, and they won't really say anything about it. They'll joke around about throwing it away because they said if they see it, they'll throw it away, but they'll just set it back down. They don't even look at the nicotine levels, even though I have like 6 with this mod, and when I have started again, I'll have 24 or something like that. But they usually see, just look at the bottle real quick, set it down, pick up the vape, joke around about throwing it away, set it back down, then leave my room. I mean, they've caught me smoking my vape in my room a ton of times, and they don't really say much about it. They just tell me, "Hey, you don't need to be hotboxing your room," and my mom will come in there, "Hey, it smells good in here," and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much my little story right there. I'll see y'all in my next videos. I mean, I can't really make much videos because there's nothing really to talk about. My friend has given me $150 to buy a vape, and I'm gonna be getting a Sigelli, 100 watt, and a bottle of juice. So y'all will see me doing a review on that as soon as I get the money. And yeah, peace out everybody. Vape on.